Hello, Lindsay. It's Gale Gand here.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great, thanks.
I love the name of your website.
Aw, thank you.
I want to be called that.
Thanks. So, should I start with the anchor introduction?
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Is it like 3, 2, 1 cut or action or?
Did you say we're ready to go?
No, we're just ready to go anytime you are.
Okay, so I will start
Okay.
right now. With this summer's record heat, what's a better and more delicious way to cool off than with ice cream? Here to put a fresh spin on our favorite treat is Chef Gale Gand. Thank you, Gale. The lunch bell welcomes you.
Thank you so much for having me today. I've got some great Sunday ideas. I want to do one of them for you right here now before things melt. I'm going to do an ice cream lollipop, which these are super easy to make, really fun for kids to do. They're even more creative with them than I ever am. But all I do is I take scoops of ice cream, so whatever flavor you like. If you like chocolate chip cookie dough best, mint chocolate chip, whatever's your favorite, and pre-scoop them. Put them on a frozen plate or a frozen sheet pan in the freezer and let them sit for about 30 minutes or even overnight. So this could be a do-ahead step if you want to break things into 2 pieces, which with kids, I have 3 kids, so I a lot of times need to break things up.
Oh, yeah.
And then just take a lollipop stick or a popsicle stick. You can get them at the craft store, sometimes even at the grocery store. And you're going to just insert it into the ball of ice cream, right? You can even do that step a day ahead of time if you want, and then go back to them later for the dipping. So pick them up, and I'm just dipping them in some magic shell that's been warmed up. I've got chocolate here, and I'm going to dip and kind of twirl. And you want to twirl it just so the chocolate almost like meets the stick. So you're encasing that ice cream all the way. Let it drip a little, and it'll start to set up, but before it completely sets, I want to dip it in some kind of garnish. So I've got rainbow sprinkles here that I can douse it with like that.
That's cute.
But you could use chocolate jimmies, you could use chopped nuts. If you want to go upscale, you could do cocoa nibs or, you know, chopped up toffee. Or just the end of something you need to get rid of, like that little bit of walnuts you have left over, dip it in that. And you can do them all different. You know, if you want to have, lay it out for kids so they've got different toppings.
Oh, I love that idea.
There's a pink you can do. I think there's sort of a butterscotch flavor, so you could even have them take a fork and drizzle a second color onto them. And then they can eat them right away if you want, or you can stick these back in the freezer and hold them for a party or hold them for later on. So it could be a project you do at the beginning of the meal or the beginning of a birthday party. Set them aside, party away, and then bring them back out later for the treat, you know, to cool off with.
Perfect. I love it.
Really fun. The reason I even invented these, though, I partnered with Breyers, and we're doing a contest, really. We're trying to find the ultimate ice cream sundae out there. So people can enter. It's called the Sundae Scoop Off, and it's a contest at Breyers.com. Or you can go to their Facebook page and enter there. And we're just looking for the ultimate inspired family fun ice cream sundae. If you go to the website, right on the homepage, you can see me and the 4 sundaes I designed for them, plus 8 other chefs that did ideas, just to kind of inspire people. Plus there's a list of tips, 10 tips there to kind of help get you going if you need help. I don't think people will. But there's 29 different Breyers all-natural flavors. So make sure you taste all 29 like I did. And then go crazy and submit some kind of idea for your favorite sundae. If you've got a photo to go with it, even better. And then I'll be judging them. You can enter now, between now and September 13th. And then after September 13th, we'll pick a winner. And the winner gets $10,000.
Nice.
To go to the gym with, right? What else do they get? Oh, they get to fly to Chicago and do a cooking class with me, and they get a year's supply of free Breyers all-natural ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
So good prizes.
Yeah, definitely.
Worth entering.
And by all-natural, what exactly does that mean?
All the ingredients are natural, and if you're looking for clean labels, that's you know, sort of the industry term, this is the ice cream that you want to buy. I was actually at a party Tuesday night, and a woman was making, Denise is her name, and she was making bananas Foster in a crock pot. So she had butter, brown sugar, and she was slicing bananas in. And then she was scooping ice cream, and she had Breyers there. I'm like, I'm so glad you're using Breyers. It's the black pack that you want to go with. That's the all-natural. And she said, you know, we're on a new thing where we only eat all-natural foods, And Breyers is on the list of, can have stuff. So I was very excited to
Wow.
see it. It's fitting into a criteria of families who are trying to eat all natural.
Definitely. And it's
And it's
especially
way
big here in New
delicious.
York.
Yeah?
Definitely.
It's very good too. Texture's really nice and creamy. I love the coffee ice cream actually. That's probably
Ooh,
my favorite
Good
one.
to know.
Yeah, I
Good
did
for
a
us New Yorkers.
really nice coffee, like a mini sundae, small sundae, in a little demi-tasse cup where I use salted caramel on top of the ice cream. And then I do a little bit of almond whipped cream on there, a little
Wow.
amaretti cookie, and a chocolate-covered coffee bean, and then pour some espresso over at the end.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like hot and cold at the same
Yes.
time, but it's creamy and crunchy because of the amaretti cookie. So contrast is a really nice
Wow.
thing when you're designing one of your sundaes.
Now, do you make your own salted caramel?
I do actually, and there's a recipe on the website, which is just sugar and water that you're boiling together. When you like the color, you're going to stir in some cream,
Okay.
and then you can use Fleur De Sel, which is a beautiful salt from France.
Yep.
I've got some Maldron salt here today. That's from Ireland. But there's all those crazy fun salts out there, like
Yeah.
Hawaiian pink salt, and they're not expensive anymore. They're becoming more and more common. So go ahead and use an exotic salt and sprinkle a little on top too. So
Oh,
you've
that's
got that
great.
salt and sweet contrast.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, it's sort of an American tradition, I'd say.
Definitely.
I come from Chicago, where Cracker Jack was invented.
Oh yeah,
Just like the
of
king
course.
of salt and sweet combined. So
Definitely.
that's my palate that I love.
Well, I have a question about the chocolate topping. How long should it go, I guess, in the microwave?
It depends on your microwave and what high is for you, but I usually start with 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then give a stir and see where we're at.
Okay.
And then do another 30 if you need it. Same thing for melting chocolate. I
Right.
always start with 30 seconds because
Okay.
then things don't get away from you.
So you don't want it to boil over or get to the point where it's so hot.
Right.
Okay.
Right, and if it's super, super, super hot, then A, you might burn yourself, and B, it's going to melt the ice cream even faster. So you want it, warm enough that the temperature, again, contrasts with the ice cream, but not so hot that you end up with chocolate soup right away.
Right.
We like chocolate soup later, but not
Yeah,
right away.
exactly. And how long do these treats last, say, in the freezer? Maybe.
Again, sort of depends on your freezer and whether it has a defrost cycle, and if you've got them in an airtight container, then you
Okay.
can keep them a couple days.
Okay.
So you could, build up a batch of them and dole them out as everybody deserves them.
And how do you think of these just creative ideas? I mean, they're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I was having spaghetti and meatballs one night for dinner and thought, can I do that in a sundae? How would I do that? So I do one where I take vanilla ice cream and put it through a ricer, the kind that you use to make mashed potatoes.
Of course.
And it came out the other side looking just like spaghetti. And I'm like, well,
Wow.
what could be the meatball? I know. We'll make balls of ice cream. We'll roll them in chocolate cookie crumbs, and that'll make it look like meatballs. And then what could we do for tomato sauce? I know, strawberry sauce.
Yeah.
So some of it's just, the initial crazy idea, and then figuring out how to make it real.
It's so clever, though.
Thank you.
I haven't
It's fun.
seen any of this done, with store-bought. I mean, obviously in a commercial kitchen, but
Right.
it's really creative and
Well,
it sounds easy.
I think using Breyers makes it easy because that way, you're not worrying about like how to make ice cream or, whether to turn it now or turn it tomorrow and that kind of stuff. So
Right.
you've got your medium there to work with, and then the next part comes naturally.
Oh, that's great.
Great. Well, I'm glad you liked them. Hope you get a
Yes,
chance to
thank
try making
you.
these. Nice being on.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for talking with us.
Take care, Lindsay.
You too. Bye.